friends. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Lindsey.
And we're not your average mamas.
On this podcast, we're here to make you laugh, share our experiences, and provide helpful tidbits that will make your parenting journey just a little bit easier.
So grab your favorite drink, sit back and relax, and let us join you in your multitasking.
Not Your Average Mamas.
A podcast showing you that parenting is anything but ordinary.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding. I had read it, and maybe I deleted it when I was trying to free up space.
I just literally Google it.
I am going to have to, because it's like, oh, what in there? Sorry, I'm totally wasting time right now.
How could you waste my time?
Well, and I was so organized.
Any Hoosers, welcome to episode 11 of Not Your Average Mamas podcast with Lindsey
And Brittany.
What's up, people? Party people.
What's up, party people? Is this the latest we've ever recorded?
No.
Okay, cool.
No explanation. No.
Okay. Continue.
No, remember when we TikTok lived? That was till like 10 o'clock.
TikTok lived.
We did.
I think it's TikTok. We went TikTok
live. We went live.
What's the past tense of lived?
Loved.
We went loved. We loved that.
We hope you are having a great week, a great January. When this comes out, January will be like 3/4 of the way done. That's weird.
That is so weird. January is flying by. Okay, I can't get the word lasagna out of my my mind.
What?
So
why?
I just saw it written down. I kept wanting to just sing it.
I think about lasagna every day.
Every single January. Honestly, I actually did make lasagna a couple nights ago. I tried to resist it. It's like Garfield for a second. I was like...
You're like... No, you didn't. No, face first.
You know what I did is I didn't serve myself any. I had a salad. Everybody else had lasagna. And then I just casually went to pack it up after. And I just slowly started taking bites. I'm like, if it's not on the plate, there's no calories. If I didn't actually plate it up and I just eat it off a spatula like an animal, there's no calories.
Girl math.
Really, honestly.
The lasagna wife, not just
that was the lasagna thief. Was that's why it was lasagna. Oh my
lasagna.
gosh.
Anyways, we hope you had a good life this week.
Start to the new year.
Yeah. How was your week?
I got kind of sick this week because anybody that's listened knows I've been sick for going on 2 months. No, I'm just kidding. I just had a very minor cold and it won't go away. And then I got super just run down and sick feeling on Saturday. I went in, I had bronchitis and a sinus infection. So finally I got the good drugs.
The good.
And as of tomorrow, I should be, 2 days in feeling a lot better. But I was able to get a lot of reading done. I read an entire book in one day yesterday. Over 300 pages. It was so good. I actually loved it. The Perfect Marriage. Have you read that one?
I know, I've heard about it.
It was really good. It was fun to read the whole day.
I've heard mixed reviews about that one.
So I feel like this isn't a book talk. What are we doing?
No.
That was me reversing.
If you want to hear more about this conversation, go to our spinoff of Not Your Mama's Book Club.
Yes, that is mini episodes that we release periodically. I don't know when we're going to...
the fuck we feel like
Exactly.
it.
So,
sorry, Grandma. Found out my grandma listens to this podcast.
Hi.
What's up, Sharon?
I heard you can't tell our voices apart.
No, she cannot. And honestly, I was editing our podcast for last week and I was like, whoa, we do sound very similar.
I know. Actually, some of my clients were trying to play the game, which one is me? And a lot of them have done their hair for 10 years. So it's kind of funny.
We definitely do sound, to me, I feel like we sound different. But the last episode there was something that we said and I was like, what? Who said that?
That's so funny.
It was weird.
Jesse's complained so many times. He's just says that you look like me from behind or whatever. He said that this last weekend, it was New Year's weekend when you guys were over, and you were wearing, because we also like wear a lot of matching clothes. Because like, oh, this is so cute. Let's buy both. Let's buy two. And so you were wearing that like cosmic sweatshirt. That's like a distressed kind of. Anyway, you like came into the living room and sat down on the couch, and he almost said like, oh, hey, babe. And then it's like, it's Lindsey. Gotcha. Honestly, that'd be so funny.
No.
Just a little like prank. You could be like hunched over the corner.
Is that how you spend your time?
I do, curled up in the corner, and I'm just like,
be like, what's up, babe?
How was your week?
It was good. We recently started doing the lemon cayenne olive oil shot, and I've never pooped so much in my entire life.
The cayenne pepper makes it
so
painful.
I don't do as much as you. I just literally do a dash because I'm a wussy.
They said to as much as you can take.
I know. I'm trying.
I want to take it all in.
I just want to take it all.
I can do it. Give it to me.
Daddy. Okay, sorry. You set me up for that one.
I did. Sorry.
Anyways, highly recommend if you want to poop your soul away. It's really not that bad, but I feel like it does cleanse you out. Like, it keeps things moving. So if you are constipated, girly, or human, highly recommend. I do a shot glass. I do a tablespoon of olive oil, a dash of cayenne pepper, and then a little bit of lemon. And I've been adding in turmeric too, a little dash. And you shoot it before you drink any, like right away in the morning, before you drink anything, before you eat anything. And
you got to have black pepper in it if you do turmeric. It activates it.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So I do black pepper, lemon juice, a bunch of cayenne pepper, black pepper, turmeric, and what's the other thing? Olive oil. A tablespoon of olive oil. I actually like it. I'm like, this is kind of a flavor explosion.
Yeah, the lemon balances out the spiciness of the cayenne pepper. So, like, going down, it doesn't taste like I honestly thought it was going to taste so bad, but it's actually...
Yeah, you'd think you'd have to chew it almost a little bit.
It is actually super good. I do feel like I'm less bloated. I did lose 2 pounds, but that probably was just in poop.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we also went to the aquarium today. Jordan, my family, so it's my cousins, bought all of the little small kids an experience instead of a gift, which I honestly loved because I want to throw out our entire house. So having him not get more toys was super nice, and it was super fun. We literally went through it 3 times. They were running around. They were having a good time. And then I got a new job.
Yay!
So when this podcast comes out, I'm pretty sure it'll be my last week at my current job, and then I start my new job on the 22nd week. So I'm excited. It's a 0.8, so it's 4 days a week, every 4th weekend. Hopefully we'll get more time to focus on our podcast. Mm-hmm. We'll get more time by myself. I kind of got a little taste of what it's going to be like today with also having our child, because we're going to keep Kian in full-time daycare because we literally only save like $70 a month.
I think it's just nice to have that as an option. Like, you could always not send him, but
literally $15 less a week.
Yeah, it makes no difference. It's nice to have the option.
It is. It's very nice. So I'm excited, and that brings us to your asshole.
Here it is. Here it is for you. Okay. I haven't actually read this because I did not realize that it was my turn. I am irresponsible. I didn't realize it was my turn to do that. Am I the asshole? So let's read this together.
I love it.
So my husband, 28 female. Oh, okay.
She's 28 female.
Okay, I get it. I'm like, okay. So my 28 female husband, 31 male, had to spend 2 months in a different state for work. He came back 9 days ago. I'm obviously thrilled he's back, and I've missed him a lot. I was hoping we'd be able to spend some time together, just the two of us. However, his mom, 56 female, came over when he was supposed to come home. I was slightly annoyed, but I know she was just excited for her son to be back. However, she never left. Like, I was prepared to deal with her being there for a day or two, but not 9 days. Because she's been here for 9 days, we haven't had a second of time together. She insists on staying here instead of a hotel. For the record, she lives an hour away. The guest room is right next to ours and the walls are thin. When the two of us go out, she comes with us or makes one of us stay home with her because otherwise we'd be bad hosts. She follows us around the house constantly. We want to cuddle and watch movies. She's sitting in the armchair. We want to go to a romantic restaurant. Better make that a table for 3. We've even left her in the living room to go chat in our room, and she follows us. Okay, that is... Oh, that's so uncomfortable. Earlier today, I just asked her to leave, even though both of us have been hinting that she needs to go. She kept saying she wasn't ready to go yet. Wanted more time with her son. I tried telling her we wanted some alone time, and she kept insisting that she join us. Finally, I snapped and said, since you seem to be oblivious, I will put this bluntly. I want to fuck your son. If you don't want to see or hear, then you need to leave. I know this isn't the classiest response ever, but I was frustrated.
Sexually frustrated.
Anyway, she yelled at me, but eventually left. We finally got to have our alone time. But now she's blowing up both our phones saying I'm disgusting and have no respect for her, her son, or myself. Yeah, little hussy. She keeps telling my husband that he shouldn't be alone. Oh, he shouldn't be with someone so crude. How dare he let her speak to me like that? I'm sure you get the idea. I know that what I said was really inappropriate, but am I the asshole?
No.
Edit. After reading all these comments, I'll definitely let my husband know he needs to step up. I agree that it should have been him who made her leave. I love him to death and want to be accommodating to his fear of making her angry. She's nasty when she's angry and will turn his whole family against him. Damn. However, he needs to set boundaries.
Yep. First of all, toxic family. Second of all, I feel like he should be happy that, like, I feel like, wasn't he sexually frustrated enough to be like, Mom, you gotta get the fuck out?
Like, just, I don't know. That's just, I feel really uncomfortable about that whole situation. Like, you live 1 hour away. You don't need to be with them for 9 days straight.
No.
You could actually just drive there and back or stay, like, 1 or 2 nights. Like, she said that'd be fine, you know, a couple days. But
yeah.
Definitely need some better boundaries. You got a stage 5 clinger alert.
I wanted to say stage 9.
Oh, shit. It was a stage 9.
Yeah.
I didn't know how many stages there were. Not just 5.
At least 9.
She's at the top.
Anyways, yeah, I think she's not the asshole. The mom is. She needs to calm the F down, girly.
I just feel like so uncomfortable thinking about that conversation.
I can't imagine staying with my son and his wife for 9 days after they've been apart for that long and being like...
She's like, I don't want grandkids.
She's like, I don't want any. You guys are still virgins, right?
Yeah. No funny business when I'm here. I want to chat in your room with you.
I would have done it anyways. I would have just been like, YOLO.
Maybe she would have gotten the hint.
Yeah, right? You don't have to yell at her or deal with her if you just scream loud enough in the bedroom next to her.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyways. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Grandma. Oh, God.
Oh,
this is an unfiltered podcast, so.
Life unfiltered.
Sorry.
TM.
Hashtag TM. For my Habitat for Humanity
project, I'm building a home for the Johnson family.
Oh, no. No. What is it? Highlights of Humanity.
Yeah. I did not know that's where you're going with that.
Just talking about
Habitat for Humanity.
And to fly the other.
We make bang rooms for people. They're portable bang rooms for when your in-laws come to town.
No, we make sure the in-law room is at the opposite end of the house, so your bedroom is bangable.
The tunnel that has like steel chains across. You just unlock it when you're done.
have you ever watched Total Tangent? Have you ever watched, what is it? How to Build a Sex Room?
No, because that was when I was sharing Netflix with my mom, and I'm like,
It's actually legit. There's this one where they were parents, and they're like, I don't want my kids to know. And it was like a legit bookshelf with a hidden door, and that led into like this really fancy...
Oh, my kids would find that in 5 seconds.
I know. They claw their way in here all the time. This is a secret
I'll turn
room.
this into a sex. This is our multi-purpose room we have. Jesse's office, our pod lab, and then there's just a sex swings. Sorry, Lindsay, just push that.
Hit my face again.
Just put those straps over there.
Hang them up.
Sorry. We call this the multi-purpose room. What else can we have in here?
For a reason. How do I transition to highlights of humanity?
Segue.
Love. Niceness. Kindness. Humanity.
Humanity. Restoring your faith in humanity. Humanity.
Okay, highlights of humanity.
Highlights of humanity. We're coming up on our second segment.
We are 20 minutes in. Okay, I don't know. I just thought, so we were at the aquarium today. I'm just going to kick right into it because obviously...
Kick in there.
We cannot
Kick
handle
the door
ourselves. Again, if you listen to our last episode, we are totally sober.
We're sober bitches.
So sober. Okay.
Did you leave in the part about why we can't drink together?
Yeah, because we get into trouble.
We get too excited, like, as we are right now, except we add
liquor and we just think that we can do anything. Anyways, the aquarium. We were at the aquarium. We're at the Mall of America. The kids were running around with their heads chopped off, obviously, because they're kids. I mean, their heads were chopped on. Stop. Okay.
That's new since I was at the aquarium.
That's why they upped it by $5. They had to pay for the chopped off heads.
The kids running around with their heads chopped. Sorry.
What a saying.
I know. I've realized how many messed up sayings there are because my kids take things so literally and they're like, what does that mean? You know, it's like, I don't know, that is fucked up.
I don't know why I said it. Anyways,
Sorry.
The kids were running around because they're hyper. They're excited. It was so fun. And they were like running circles in the middle of the hallway. And they were just so pumped up. And I feel like it's easy to like get annoyed with kids that do that. But like, honestly, it was a Monday. So like the mall wasn't very busy. People had a lot of room to like walk around them. And almost everybody, I don't feel like I saw anybody like roll their eyes at our kids. But they were all just like they would smile at me and then they would smile at them. And then they would like giggle at them because they were just like literally laughing their heads off and running around. And I think it's so great that just kids just kind of bring out the best in humanity, and I just wanted to highlight kiddos because I feel like they get a bad rap because
They do, and then most times they're out in the wild with your kids, and people aren't like looking at them all judgy. They're just like, oh, they're so funny and cute, and they always get smiles from people.
They do. They are funny. They are hilarious. But
shout out to Sea Life at Mall of America. If anybody who's ever been to the Mall of America, that's like, we're 20 minutes-ish from there, and I feel like there's so much to do there to easily spend a day or even a weekend.
Well, and
because they have the hotel there too.
Yeah. Well, and then they have like the aquarium. You can go shopping. You can build a bear. You can go to Nickelodeon Studios. They have, if your kid loves Paw Patrol, they have Adventure Bay, which has like big kid-sized like rubble car, and like they have like the, what is it called? The Paw Patrol Tower.
I've never watched Paw Patrol.
I've watched so much Paw Patrol.
They have Legoland. They have
Legoland.
Indoor
Kian bought
mini
Legos
golf
today. He bought a Spider-Man motorcycle, and I put it together. And now I want a $400 Lego set to put together. Legit.
You're the one that's more into Legos now.
Yeah, Jordan's like, did
this
you
is
buy
for
that?
You,
did you buy that for Kian or did you buy it for yourself? And I was like, well, he can't. I tried to have him put some of the pieces together, and he couldn't get them, and he kept asking for help. So I was like, I'll do it.
Doesn't matter. What's mine is What's his is mine. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, so just like this episode, like this podcast, like this life, this episode today is brought to you by trusting the process, because we do, and it's worked out so far.
It's true. We're just winging it. Remember, trusting the process.
I was going to wing this episode, but I am a girl that loves order and control. We took like personality tests at work, and I'm an owl, which means I'm just very like attention to detail. I like things the way I want them. And so it means like having a lot of control in how it goes. And I feel like life is not like that, especially when you become a parent. You really got to let go of expectations. You really got to let go of control. Because if you've ever been arguing with a toddler, the more you try to like push them to do what you want, the less they do it. And so you just kind of have to let go.
Well, control is just an illusion.
It
you
really
want
is.
to have control and to feel like you're in control, but you never actually do.
No.
I wonder I want to take that test. I want to know what animal I am.
I feel like you would be...
I'm sure I wouldn't be an owl.
I feel like your main bird would be a parrot. There's a parrot, there's an owl, there's a dove, and there's an eagle.
Out of those, for sure, I'd say parrot.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't even know anything else about it.
I think you're a parrot, dove, eagle, owl.
Take the bird quiz, everyone.
I don't know how to do it. It was work that made me... And I had to take a 4-hour session about it. And
oh, dang.
Yeah.
I wish I could have came that day. Bring a friend to work day.
I wish.
I would have loved it.
I wrote down some things. Cool.
That's good.
Trusting the process, winging it, whatever you want to call it. I did write down like a little definition for people that are like, what the hell is trusting the process? And it's from medium.com. We need to start sourcing our sources. I do, anyways. I suck at it.
Mine are all just Pinterest quotes that I branch off of.
I did literally write down a random Pinterest quote.
That's your credit.
I don't know. It definitely wasn't them that said it. They just like designed it all pretty.
Yeah, they just make it pretty.
Anyways, from medium.com, it says, trusting the process is allowing life to be what it is without maneuvering, manipulation, or controlling thoughts, behaviors, actions, attitudes, words, or feelings. So, AKA, the is what it is mentality. The is what it is mentality.
It is what it is.
The is what it is.
It 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 is. Isn't
Is
that
what it is what you're saying.
It is what it is. It is what it is. That's what I've been saying.
You've been saying is what it is.
No,
Yes.
you've just been skipping the it.
No.
Because I say it like this, eat.
Well, luckily for her and me, this is recorded so she can realize after that she's
on
wrong.
2 devices.
And I'm going to just like keep repeating it and send it in a clip that's on repeat that have her saying it wrong.
It is what it is. What it is, ho. What's up?
Okay.
Anyways.
You're welcome for that.
So yeah, just let go. Let go of it all. It is what it is.
You're supposed to live every day like life is rigged in your favor. Like the whole thing is all just supposed to work out according to you and your benefit. I wouldn't say we're opposites, but I would say like the way we tackle things is probably pretty opposite. I have always just totally trusted my gut and like impulsively make huge changes all the time. I thrive on it. I love it. And if I'm not doing something really big and impulsive and crazy, then I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? What can I do to cause more chaos? You know?
I literally
Thrive in chaos.
could not buy shoes today because I did not have time to research.
Oh my gosh.
I
How much
knew
were the shoes?
They were like $120, but they were going to be my new work shoes because my old ones I got on sale for like $20 and they have worn the heck out. And so I need new ones and I really want to get like a good pair that it doesn't wear out in like 9 months. And I've heard really good reviews about it, but like they have all these different kinds. And I was like, I really want to research what kind I want and blah, 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 blah. It's
That's
like,
exactly something Jessie would do.
yeah, I just can't live chaotically.
Well, that's like with Enneagram 7s. You're a 2, right?
I'm a
That's
2.
what Jessie is too. And they're supposed to be the ideal partners. So we're business partners. He's my life partner, aka my husband. But they just balance each other out really well. But Jesse definitely reins me in against my will sometimes because I just have like very extravagant ideas and things. But there is this thing that I read that I've always felt like it was really true. It says when it's time to make a change, the universe will make it so uncomfortable for you that you will have no choice but to leave. And I've had that happen so many times where I just know something has to change, that it's like physically my skin is crawling until I just do something big or make that leap and change. And then it's just like peace after. You have to.
So wild. I have been embracing that more since we've been hanging out for sure. And I feel like getting this new job is a big leap. And I'm very nervous about it because I've always worked like a 40-hour week. So it's going to be weird to work a 32-hour week.
I always also like back it up by saying, what's the worst that could happen? Like, truly, what is the worst that could happen? And usually when you really think about the worst thing that could happen, it's not really that bad.
No.
It's just like we're hardwired to not change because it's safe. Like, our brains want predictability. They don't like all of a sudden changing your routine. It's just hard.
Yeah, and I've been feeling that real hard. And I know like this job is like what it's meant to be. You know what I actually thought about? So when I went so I've had 4 jobs in 4 years. Story of my life. I went from working at like a big high tech reference lab to working in fertility. And when I was trying to leave that clinic to go to the current clinic I'm at, they offered me like the exact same offer that I have at this clinic, the one closer to my house now, but it's like closer to my house a year and a half later. Isn't that weird?
That is so crazy.
Because like they asked me a while ago, the first fertility clinic I worked at, they're like, we want to move some people to 0.8s. If you're willing to do a 0.8, raise your hand. And I was like, well, that sounds interesting. And then when I tried to leave, they like offered me more money and a 0.8 position. And now this new position is literally a 0.8 and like the same amount of money that they were going to offer me, but I would have still had to like drive 45 minutes. That's
awesome. I feel so strongly that like when you look back on your life and you see the steps and the choices and like the forks of the road, you realize how everything literally is laid out so perfectly for you to be where you're supposed to be.
Okay, that I have to tell my school story. So like I've always been so frustrated with my college career because I feel like everyone goes into college, they're like, I'm going to be here for 4 years and that's it. And I was in junior year and I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to do because I don't want to be a doctor anymore. And I have all these science credits and I am on the track to getting my biomedical science degree. What the heck am I doing with my life? And then I found medical laboratory science and then I realized I was going to have to add on not only, like I was already on track to adding on a year because otherwise I'd have to take like 23 credits a semester, which is like literally death. And then I was like, oh shoot, now I'm gonna have to add on another year for my clinical rotation. So I'm like, I'm gonna be spending 6 years in school and I hate my life and blah, 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 blah. But the thing is like, if I wouldn't have gone that track, I wouldn't have stayed at St. Cloud State. I wouldn't have met who I met. I wouldn't have met my husband because we met like our sophomore year and going into our junior year, and we wouldn't have the time that we had together. And it's just like everything was where it was supposed to be, even though I didn't want it to be there because I thought I was supposed to be somewhere else.
I know. It's just so cool. I love looking back. I always wanted, I met Jesse in 6th grade, actually, but we didn't start dating till we were 16, and we started dating in Spanish 3, but I didn't even want to take Spanish. I wanted to take French, and my best friend was like, no, French is not even like that practical. Spanish you could actually use. And so I was like, okay, whatever. Even though I'd always wanted to do French, I did Spanish, and then me and Jesse ended up being partners, and then we literally latched onto each other, and here we are 17 years later.
3 kids.
3 kids. Like, it's just so weird. And like his mom and dad almost moved to Florida when he was a child, and you just think like all these different decisions literally just can change your whole life. And I really don't think there's a wrong way. It's almost like those choose your own ending books. Like, but just pretend, like I said before, like the universe is rigged in your favor. Like there's no wrong choice. Everything is going to work out. And you just need to be like brave and bold with your choices, just believing in yourself and knowing that no matter what happens, you're going to be able to like roll with it and it's all going to work out.
Yeah.
Within reason. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're not going to like quit your job if you have no savings. Make responsible choices, but know that you have to take some risks if you want any change, because you're never going to grow if you're comfortable all the time. Growing pains, like
and I feel like we keep mentioning our own podcast, but like honestly, like this was such out of both of our comfort zones. We had no idea what we were doing. We spent literally our first episode, we spent like 7 hours trying to figure what the hell we were doing. And now we're here, episode 11. We have a flow going, just like that toilet that flushed.
That's the same exact time. It's so crazy. And like we talked about jokingly having a podcast for like a year, and I swear you do speak things into existence. There is just like paying attention to your words and what you're saying to yourself and to others. There's an experiment that I wanted to do. I saw on TikTok. I've actually seen it on Facebook too, but you fill like 4 jars with rice, like cooked rice, and every day you like speak different words to each of them, and the ones that you speak kind words, it barely like molded, and then the other ones where you're like speaking death or speaking like hate, they were like black after like a week or two. And there was a couple different studies, like this studies, science experiments, and I'm gonna try it with my kids, because
I think you should.
You do have the power to like speak.
I do think the way that you think and the way you perceive things affects how your life turns out immensely.
And what you tell yourself is truth.
Honestly, this job was like taken. Like they had offered it to somebody else, they had to accept it, and something bad happened, and they backtracked and they called me. And so like I was just like, I definitely spoken to the universe. I was like, I want a point A. I don't want to work for 40 hours. Like I think we need to slow down. Like, yes, we're gonna like earn less money in our household, but like we're not, though, because I'm spending so much money traveling and paying for parking right now that we're actually going to be breaking even at the same amount of money. You're
going to be breaking even. You're going to get more time back. There's just so many awesome perks and benefits. I feel like specifically for my life, when I look back, I think I left a big salon before I was quote ready, because I had just worked there for 2 years. I just couldn't live like that anymore with like the hours that I was working and like the culture. That's where I was thinking community. Yeah. The culture was just like not my vibe. So I went out on my own and started my own business, and luckily it ended up like really taking off. And then one day, out of nowhere, out of my studio, literally in February of 2020, out of nowhere, I'm talking to my client in my salon, and it just like, I felt like this hit me on the head. February 2020, it was, you need to put a salon in your house. And I was like, that's so random. I've never thought about it. I had a gap after that client. I drove immediately home. I looked at my front formal living room, and my husband was home working. And I was like, Jesse, I think that this would be perfect. And that day, I just knew it had to happen. And then 3 weeks later, the world shut down. I had 3 months to completely like gut and redo that area. Yeah. And then I reopened after the pandemic. And then that, working at my house, then enabled me to homeschool my kids and work part-time. And it honestly, you just look back and you're like, wow, if I didn't do this, that, and the other thing, and just trust my gut and go with the flow and be responsive to the pulls that I was getting, my instincts of what had to happen next, even if I didn't feel ready, it all worked out in my favor.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a long story.
No, I feel like we both have really good stories of like trusting the process, because I feel like in the thick of it, you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? And then when you're on the other end, it's easy to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Like,
oh my gosh,
I coughed my life away.
I'm used to next kicking in. Well, the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit.
Exactly.
I said that. And I was like, everybody just wants like instant gratification, because of course that's the world we live in. But I'm like the biggest hype girl of like, if somebody's like, I'm thinking about quitting my job, I'm like, do it. Change your life, because I feel like when you change your job, that is the biggest thing you can do to improve your life, because that is where you spend almost all your time, day in and day out.
So much time.
And if you're not like loving it or even like generally happy about it, it's not a good quality of life.
No. To piggyback off of that quote, this is from a random Pinterest quote. No, you are exactly where you are meant to be, even though you may not be where you thought you would be.
Nice.
And I feel like that hit me in the face. Because, I don't know, like, I feel like for so long, especially when I was, like, I wanted to say littler, but just younger, like early 20s. Like, I just feel like you get out of high school and you have like all these expectations set up about your world and like where you're going to be. You're like, when I'm 21, I'm going to do this. When I'm 25, I'm going to be married. When I'm 26, I'm going to have my first baby, and blah, 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 blah. Well, life doesn't care about your plans that you have in your head, and you will end up where you need to be or where you weren't even expecting to be because it's right for you.
What is that quote? Like, the root of all disappointment is expectations or something like that.
That too. And I feel like I wish I could like go back and tell myself, don't expect things. Just live your life, you dumb bitch.
I'm trying to think of this analogy that I heard once. It was like, most things fail because you hit a bump in the road and you don't keep going. And they're like, picture if you were on your way to Chick-fil-A. And you know the road, and you know there's stoplights. If you hit, like, a stoplight and it's red, you're not going to be like, oh, I guess it's done. And you're just going to turn around and go back home. You know where the end goal is. So you just keep going through the stoplights, whether they're, you know, red, yellow, green. And you know you'll eventually end up at your destination. You can't control from point A to point B, but you do have to keep trying through the
no matter
hurdles.
what like journey you take, whether it's like you didn't hit any stoplights or if you hit all the stoplights, you're gonna get to Chick-fil-A.
You're gonna get to Chick-fil-A and you're gonna get that spicy chicken deluxe
with the fat Diet Coke.
Oh, I like the Diet Lemonade. Get in my belly. Gosh, that's like
so good.
That's like my ultimate comfort meal. It used to be Arby's.
Yeah.
Arby's. Every time I would get Arby's beef and cheddar, I'd be like, sing in my head, it's good mood food. That was their old, like, and I'd like slow motion, like, eat my curly fries.
It's good mood
The reason
food.
I loved Arby's is because they had all the sauces, and Chick-fil-A has all the sauces, okay? Give me the
She's
sauce.
a sauce girl.
Sauce
Runs
me.
in the family. I think you can sauce yourself.
I can, but I don't want to. Someone else is going to give me sauce.
I want someone else's sauce.
All right. Anywho, we're going to move on from that.
Sauce yourself. Sauce
Get
anyone
sauce
else.
this Christmas.
Get sauced.
That means get drunk, right? Get sauced.
I don't know.
That's not how we're saying it.
It could mean that you literally go out and buy sauces.
Yeah, there's so many meanings for get sauced.
Yeah.
I got a t-shirt that says that.
Hashtag get sauced. Do you have any parenting, parental pickles? What do they call it?
Parental predicaments.
Thank you.
I feel like we still got to stick with mom moments and family fails. I think, I don't know, we're trying to be more inclusive to all parents.
But guess what?
Daddy disasters.
That's funny. That'd be a good one.
I suppose it just depends on who.
Yeah.
If some people would maybe write in, we'd appreciate it.
For real.
Sorry, that was a harsh.
First person that writes
I had to take out my mom voice.
First person that writes in, I will sign a
She'll
poster.
take you out on a date.
The first person that writes in,
and she puts out.
I will buy you a coffee.
Oh. Shut the fuck. All right. Okay, this was pretty funny. Judah was talking about Jupiter. And so I was like telling him how when I was a little girl, people used to say, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Girls go to college to get more knowledge. And he's like, wow, that's really mean. And I was like, you're right, it is really mean. You really should never say that to anybody. He's like, yeah, that's really unkind. And I was like, should I just jokingly text it to Dad? And he's like, no, Mom. Dad's a lot smarter than he looks. He's like trying to stand up for Jesse. He's like, he is. And I told Jesse, he's like, are you kidding? He was so
He's
offended.
A lot smarter than he looks.
I told him later that night, I was like, Judah, right? You told me Dad's smarter than he looks, right? And he runs over to Jesse and hugs him and looks at me all protective. I'm like, yeah, I guess he's too hot to look that smart. Just kidding.
She got the whole package when she got Jesse as her husband.
Sure did. 10 out of 10.
The brains.
Oh, one other one. I guess I have two other ones. They're quick. Rhea, my toddler, soaked the wall in the bathroom when she was taking a bath. Like,
always. Soaked.
And I was, like, right in the bedroom, like, folding laundry. And she blamed it on a fruit fly. Because of our fruit fly problem. I mean, they're pretty much gone now, but she knows that I hate them. She's like, I don't know, it was a fruit fly. And then my 7-year-old asked me, she said she was really hungry for butter noodles, so I told her I could give her, actually, I don't know if this is kind of a dumb story. Whatever.
I want to know now.
Okay, she wanted butter noodles for dinner. I said, okay, you can have butter noodles, we'll have leftovers. And then she's like, well, is Rhea having butter noodles? And I was like, well, she probably have a little bit. Well, then you probably just make 2 boxes just in case. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I need at least a whole box myself. If Ray eats any, I want a second box. I'm like, you cannot eat 2 boxes of spaghetti. Like,
she's like, if my sister touches it, I need a different one.
Literally. I'm like, you can't have 2 entire boxes. Like, she has no idea what a box of spaghetti ends up being.
Like, I literally can't even a fourth of a box of spaghetti.
She asked me, well, if I eat it all, then will you make a second box? And I'm like, sure.
For sure.
If you eat an entire box of spaghetti, I'll make a second box.
I will. Bet money that you won't, though.
Spoiler alert, she did not. We had leftovers. What about you?
My mom moments were, okay, well, Kian's favorite saying, okay, he has 2 favorite sayings right now. First one is he says enough, but he says it like this. He says, enough!
What
and
do you
it's
do
mainly when we sing your dance. Enough, mama!
Get better.
I feel like I'm pretty good. He just
Send a
doesn't,
video.
he likes it when he's the only one singing or dancing. So, like, if I try to sing along with him, he's like, enough!
Match that energy when he sings. Can you imagine?
No. And then another thing that he just started saying this week is, what's the sound? Like, something random will, like, happen in the house, and he'd be like, what's the sound? And I'm like, it's just the ice cubes from the fridge. It's fine.
He's on high alert.
Yeah. Honestly, he says that at least 30 times a day.
Rhea always goes, what's that smell like? And I'm always like, what is it? She has a very strong sense of smell.
And together?
Like, is it me?
No.
I know.
Okay, I'm good. It's your dad. He smells like feet.
I'll just always blame it on Jesse. That was Daddy farted. Daddy's at work.
Oh, that's another thing is, like, in our household, we'll go, if anyone farts, we'll just be like, Kian, Daddy farted. And I swear, I really hope at daycare because he'll admit when he farts. He'll be like, oh, I farted. And I really hope that at daycare he does that too. Last week he hit his head and he was crying. And he was on his way to get ice. So, like, anytime he's injured, he always has to get ice. And in our household, he never grabs, like, the actual ice pack. He grabs, like, a frozen block of cream cheese, the frozen peas, the frozen rice.
Meat.
Yeah.
Frozen rice.
He grabbed he actually slept with a frozen block of cheese.
Did he eat out of it in the middle of the night?
No.
But I couldn't be
we
trusted
forgot about
to sleep
it.
with cheese.
We forgot about it and now we had to throw it away.
But at least he didn't forget about it in his bed, covered up.
I know. I couldn't find it. I, like, panic searched while he fell asleep and I was, like, in the dark.
And Pip's just over in the corner
eating the cheese. I know. Anyways, he hit his head. He was crying. He was going to get ice. And then on his way back from getting the ice, he passed Pip. And he was like, Pip, I got an owie. And she was just like, I don't give a fuck. Walk back. But he definitely has to tell Pip about everything now.
That's so cute.
Oh, and then when we hung out for 48 hours straight, Judah said, Mom, the toddlers are living the best day of their lives. What? I don't remember what it was about.
They probably were.
They probably were.
Oh, when they were naked?
Running around naked, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Victory!
They're just, like,
victory!
Chanting victory. Do you have that video still? We should put a clip of that in there. That'd be so funny. And then Rhea was like, Kian, come over here. Let's pee. I'm like, no, they're going to pee on the floor. They're crazies.
Yeah, they were very crazy last weekend. And then the dads, so they went to the football game. They, like, left. I realized when I was editing last week's episode that when Naya came down and interrupted us, she was like, guys, we're alone. The dads have left. And we were just like, 1 minute.
She's like, okay.
Yeah, so they like literally left Naya in charge. She was in charge for like 5 minutes. Of
It
the
was like
babies.
it was like good timing actually.
Yeah, but she
We
she
know
like
now
interrupted.
that
And
she
was
can't
like,
be.
She was like, "Moms, are you done?" We're like 5 minutes. She's like, "Okay."
She probably would have gone up to Alexa and been like, Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes. Because she'll do that
Probably.
if I tell her a minute. Just a minute.
Probably.
She'll be like, Alexa, set a timer for a minute. I'm like, Naya, don't do that to me. It's so
They're so literal.
Hey, sugar butt.
Yeah. Oh. There's the hottie.
Lovely.
The hottie's coming in to visit.
Are you on video?
No.
Not anymore.
Oh.
We were.
He's smarter than he looks. Or he
is smarter than he looks.
yeah.
How do we get back into things?
Oh, like, subscribe, follow,
Share.
our
Rate. Review.
let me just look at a calendar for 1 second.
Oakley's in here, my puppy. He's going to be 11 tomorrow.
Oh my
Grandpa
gosh, you're
Oakley.
so old, Grandpa Oakley.
Come here, Oakley.
So this is coming out on the 18th. The last time to buy merch is Saturday. I did add another shirt that's a higher quality design. So no one has bought a shirt yet. Probably because it doesn't look as good as the second design that I made. So if you go look now, there's a better design. I'm going to hype it up on social media before this comes out. But
we'll probably do another campaign, though, after with some more designs. I'd like to do,
sure.
like, tumblers, some more mugs, maybe bigger mugs.
yeah.
I don't even, like...
They didn't have a bigger mug. That was their only size.
I was trying to size up on there, but...
Yeah.
When I ordered, but... Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah.
You know what? We'll be rocking our own merch. We'll buy
Yeah.
it. And
I know. I was a little sad that. I totally forgot my merch fail.
oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
Anyways, look on Instagram if you want to see the merch fail. We'll post that there. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. We love you. Bye. Grandpa Oakley.
Bye, Oakley. Okay.
Bye. Bye.